This old camera, this old Polaroid, is my first artifact. As you can tell, it's probably seen its better days and hasn't been used in quite some time. Looks kind of roughed and tattered, beaten. Probably been on a lot of trips, taken a lot of photos, and captured a lot of memories. And I think that's what's special to me about this camera. It's been in my family for quite a while. It came from my grandmother's house. I got it when she passed away. But for me, the ability to capture memories, to stop time, is really important. I can only imagine all of the photos that have been taken over the years with this camera. All the memories that have been captured and shared. That's important. Memories are important, and to spend time with family. And I guess that's what the camera represents. It represents family. It sits in my living room on a shelf. It overlooks Christmas dinner, Easter, the 4th of July. Just general family time with the kids, sitting down playing Nintendo or playing cards at the kitchen table. But it's there. Hasn't taken a picture in a long time, but it's certainly an artifact that I treasure and hold dear. This old photo has been around for a long time. It's a 1946 Air Coupe. Looks like it's just freshly been nosed in. The prop's bent. The nose wheel is either buried in the mud or broken. But the man on the left is my grandfather, and this is his airplane, N3697H. It represents my love of aviation and where that love of aviation came from. I remember as a small child going to visit my grandparents and always wanting to go out to the airfield and see the plane and hopefully take a ride. I'm sure that was much to my mother's chagrin. She certainly didn't want me in the plane in the air, but I love to fly. I loved all things airplanes, and still do. And this has inspired me for the pursuit of some of my passions. So that picture inspired me to get my pilot's license, to be able to fly drones commercially, and to spend time in the air and be able to experience the things that my grandfather experienced in flight, being able to see the Earth from a whole different perspective. I own several drones. This is a Mavic Pro. But the inspiration to go out and get that pilot's license, to buy the drone, to be able to experience things from that, all relates back to that first artifact, that first picture. And the time that I spent flying with him as a child, the time I spent in that Air Coupe, it really is a treasured memory, a treasured artifact from my youth. Some of my last artifacts are things that symbolize me as a law enforcement officer. I'm a deputy sheriff in Davidson County. I have been for the last 19 years. I knew from an early age that I wanted to be in law enforcement, and I wanted to be able to help people, to do things to serve my community. So these things represent me as a law enforcement officer, and they're a daily reminder of the dangers of going out and doing the job that we do, of protecting our community. They're symbols of what we do, but they're certainly reminders of the dangers as well. So that's important. It's important to realize that we want to be there for our community. We want to protect and preserve the peace within our community, to help people. And in a lot of ways, these artifacts also represent my education. I started at Appalachian in '91 and hated it. Ended up coming back 2011, pursuing my EDS, which is a big transition. But through all that time, I've always focused on things that have a lot to do with law enforcement, even through the EDS and higher education. A lot of that has been focused on threat assessment in the school systems, both the college and high schools. And that's where I'd like to pursue my doctorate, is focusing on that. So even bringing back that law enforcement perspective to there. So that's my final artifact. I've enjoyed sharing with you. I hope you learned a little bit about me and the things that make me tick. And I've enjoyed each of your presentations as well. Y'all have a great week.